That is John Lydon, aka the Great Johnny Rotten, the King of Punk, on the thumbnail, and the reason why is because he is cool, and he always has been, thumbing it to the establishment. I've got some news from the channel. Baz Taylor and I are putting together a really neat tribute to Luke Skywalker with a song. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when I looked at the lyrics, it was the only song that you could do. All right, and it's a 70s rock song, and it's awesome, and it works. So anyway, I think, if I'm not, excuse me, I gotta do this. If I'm not mistaken, guys, that song came out the year Star Wars was released. I don't know. Anyway, so I want to talk a little bit about Indy 5. I have it on good authority. A friend of mine sent me an article and pictures that Harrison Ford and his wife are in Croatia, and that filming is on a break, and the Holbrook kid apparently is in Kentucky. I don't know what it means. Apparently, going on a break for filming on a project as large as this is a something they do. So it's nothing to worry about. Harry looks fine walking around. I guess what is this? Zagreb, Croatia. I guess that's the capital. I'm not sure. I don't know. I should be good. I should be better at that geography and that geopolitical stuff there, but I'm not. So anyway, so there's that. Nothing so far from Geekosity as far as the rumor. Mike Sutton kind of mentioned on Pop Culture of Minefield, which is, I'm like, if there's something going on, put it out there. All right. I'm an impatient woman. I need the info. Okay, I think we all deserve the info. I don't like. There are times for drip drip. Like if you're going against somebody, like, hey Dave, if you're in the midst of an intelligence operation against someone, like, thank you. It's actually a new workout shirt. I got it for $6 at Target, so I'm pretty happy. When Midnight's Edge comes on, I'm gonna try to listen to those guys and have the chat on. But anyway, there's nothing really going on out there. Here's the deal, and I'm not backing down. I think she's done. I think when her contract, hey Vent, her contract is up, it's over. I don't think Chapek wants her back. I really, really don't. And to personally, and this is from my point of view, so this is just me saying this. Hey, Bill, I don't know why she'd want to come back. I mean, there's that. But that's from my point of view. That's like saying Jon Favreau wouldn't want to take over Lucasfilm. It's like, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? I mean, that would be, that if he's anything like I think he is, that would be a dream come true. And to be able to save what they broke would be a dream come true. Anyway, so I was at Target today. I had an MRI on my abdomen. There's nothing to worry about. Don't get freaked out. I'm fine. I have my doctor reminds me a little bit of R. Lee Ermey in Full Metal Jacket. I have had one MRI, I've had a CT, and then I had to have another MRI. She sent me to one place, and it was one of those MRI things that was shaped like a tube. I'm really claustrophobic. I came flying out of that thing like I was shot from a cannon. I've totally freaked out. I know. So I went to the other place. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Gunny. And, it wasn't great. But the guy did play Motley Crue for me, and I was like, yeah, yeah, you know. So yeah, I think I think I'm fine, you know. So it's just I'm placating a monster. Let's put it that way. Anyway, um, so I'm walking around Target. Is where I got this. In fact, walking around Target today, and wow, those books I saw that were out front by Ireland and older, none of them is sold. They've been there for a good month and a half, almost 2 months. And I walk over to the adult section, and for some reason or other book, the one that just got released, and they're all, masturbating to it, that just got out there. And I'm looking at it going, so I took a picture so I'd remember it. And it's always good because when those pictures come up in your on your roll camera, there'll be a date to it. You can see when you took that. So I know how many books are there, and I can compare if there's one missing, if they sold one. And but anyway, more about Saturday's interesting discussion. So this kid I'm talking to is a nice guy. He's got two little boys there. Really, really, I don't think wanted to actually say what everybody's saying, that they can't sell the sequel trilogy stuff. Now, I've heard Drunk 3PO say loudly that they're selling it at Disney Springs, but they can't sell it at Target and they can't sell it at Walmart. And it's not because there aren't enough shipping containers. Because I just went through all the Marvel stuff that's Hasbro, and there's tons of it everywhere at Target. Hasbro stuff in general. It's not shipping containers. It's the fact they want to keep a demand of Star Wars stuff up so they don't ship a lot. So they keep the demand up. And they're not making sequel trilogy stuff because no one fucking wants it. Despite what that guy was saying. Okay? So you got people say, well, they're selling it at Disney Springs. Then you have people like, I think Lorena Creel said, I only see Mandalorian stuff. And if there is sequel trilogy stuff, it's like low and kind of forgotten. Okay. Okay, so, dazzle me with more of that fake news. Oh, yeah. And the excuse is from the guy's distributor, they can't get shipping containers. Bullshit. That is bullshit. If I can count hundreds of brand new stuff, just put it on the shelves of Hasbro action figures, same company, same place that makes Star Wars, why aren't the shelves of Star Wars stocked? Because what they have, they're going to sell if it's Mandalorian O-tier prequels. But they also want to make sure that there's a demand for it. So they're not making any. Now, I should have bought the Din Djarin from him, and I didn't. They did have a Grief Karga that I could have grabbed. Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense, Dave. It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so, we're to a point where I would like to know this rumor that Sutton has, that, and the way he said it so flippantly. It's like, dude, you can't say something like that and then not either put it out there and let people discuss it or whatever. It's that one of the things I do not like about very entrenched establishment nerd culture is that a lot of them have connections and they're very arrogant about it. They know everything. And if you go, yeah, but, they're very condescending about it. And that pissed me off. It pisses me off. I don't like it. If there's something going on, I think we all should deserve to know. I don't think it's something that should be like, and what I think this is I think he's trying to get ahead of the earnings call. Because somebody probably said, oh, they're going to announce it during the earnings call. They're not going to announce it during the earnings call. Because I'm going to tell you something. Third quarter earnings call in 2018 didn't say a word. Hey, Bone. They didn't say a word about Kennedy. The rumor is Kennedy's contract is being renewed. Now, if it is, because I think he's full of shit. It has something to do with Indy 5, going through the ruckus that it's going through, but why she needs to be president of Lucasfilm and produce Indy 5, I'll never know. Okay? I don't understand. We could all break up into groups and talk about it. Hi, buddy. Hi, Kojak. He's laying right here. But if it is, it's probably not a long-term contract. It's probably very short-term. There's probably money in it, but just enough to placate her. And I'm very interested in hearing what the details are. And all right, just a second. I'm going to grab something so I can get online because for some reason his site doesn't work really well with my phone. And I was at the doctor's office trying to screw around with it. Just wait. Kojak, he's such a good boy. All right. Yeah. I use my stone cleaner for this. All right, this is all I got. And oh, by the way, Coach was teasing me on Saturday night. Hey, Polly. Welcome. Coach was teasing me. Hey, Polly, you haven't seen Kojak. Say hi, Kojak. Here he is. There's Coach. He's a good boy. So Coach was teasing me on Saturday night when I was saying I can't afford to get that Luke and Grogu thing. And he's like, yeah, but you're a billionaire. It's like, no, we're not a millionaire. This is a big house. Okay, this is a really big house. But we live in a place where we can afford it, to buy it. We have what we need. And I collect the Black Series. Because Coach said something else that I really agreed with. He said that if he started collecting, don't bite me. If he started collecting Hot Toys and Sideshow, then it would get expensive. And he's right. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. So anyway, we got no Halloween Star Wars thing coming. Okay, let's go to Scoops. I really hate the ads he's got on this. So let's go to Scoops and see what he says. Okay. Nothing. He hasn't posted anything. So I'm not putting much stock into this. If this was big, I would think Andre and Tom would be all over it. But no one's saying anything. I would think Doomcock, they would have told Doomcock about it. But no one's saying a word. So I'm like going, okay, I don't buy it. It doesn't make any sense. And from what we've seen in the public, with all the press indirectly saying she's not coming back and that Jon Favreau is now running Star Wars. Now, if she's there, if they re-sign her for until next May, just to get Indy 5 out, or just till Indy 5 wraps, then I could live with that as long as we had a definite end. As long as we could say, Mr. M, or as long as we could say she's done on this date. It's over. They've said it. She has said it. She's retiring or going off to have her create her delusional freaking all chick film production company. I thought there was one. Goldie Hawn and a bunch of other women did it, and then they quit. Thank you, Matt Piranha. And then it just kind of fizzled out, which I'm going to tell you something. You get a bunch of women together, and that company won't last. It just won't. Because eventually, everybody starts hating each other, okay? We don't, you know, women are really territorial. I'm territorial about my kitchen, all right? I know where everything is. I don't want some other chick putzing around in it, like my sisters or my mom-in-law, and I love her. But this is my fucking kitchen, okay? House is the same thing. If I had some other woman, like my oldest sister Light would, if she came to visit, if we were still talking, and she walked in, she'd start immediately saying she could redecorate. Oh yeah, it did. It didn't last at all, Dave. Um, that's kind of get on my territory. And I like the way the house looks. My husband does, because we did this together. The door's there. Go through it and leave. Okay, that's me in a nutshell. So I couldn't get into a partnership or do anything like in a partnership with a bunch of women because they piss me off. I mean, I don't think my best friend and I could do that because she's a law school graduate, and I'm like, you know, no way, So, but anyway, no. So there's nothing on Geekosity about Kennedy. I mean, this is the latest headline. So really, guys, I don't think there's anything to this, unless they're holding back. But I really think that's a shitty thing to do. Cameron basically told me it's just an internet rumor. That's it. I'm sure he's talked to Andre about it. But again, I mean, if they do extend her contract, for another 6 months. No, I don't. I don't follow Illuminati. Um, if they do extend it, it's only because of Indy 5. And I'm like, why are you giving her this extension when she really doesn't need to be president of Lucasfilm to run to produce Indy 5? Hey Stephanie, I mean, good morning. I really don't see her husband running around Lucasfilm, and he is the main guy. He's the main guy running Indy. All right. Steven Spielberg is what? Okay, are they saying anything about this Kennedy's going to be re-signed thing, Polly? Because I can't find anything, and there's nothing on the net. All I've been able to dig up is Pablo Hidalgo snarking off at fans again, which tells me he's not happy. I mean, hi buddy, hi Kojak. I think Kathy Kennedy would scare my dog. Would she scare you? Yeah. He's chewing on me right now. Yeah, that's the elbow I hurt. Yes, I did. Okay, now stop it. Anyway, so I mean, I can't. Well, that could be a possibility. That really could be a possibility. Pablo, here's the thing with Pablo. He uh, retweeted that tweet from shitty Star Wars takes, and and it's just he was on quite a bit here. I mean, but he did retweet shitty Star Wars takes, and it's just really, I mean, you know, fascinating to me. He gets away with doing shit like that. Um, it's just, oh, he's of course attacking Florida. Okay, great, Polly. All right, well that's good. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing. I can't find anything on Twitter of anybody talking about it. Um, if I go onto Reddit and see it, it's usually someone who, doesn't really sound like he knows what he's talking about. So, but there's nothing. I mean, so I'm kind of curious as to why he this was even brought up. Oh, cool. All right. So, Polly, I do want you to know that Indy 5 is on a break. Harrison Ford and his wife. Get away from that. Don't eat the plants. You stay away from that. I don't care if you're bored. Lay down. Kojak, stay away from there. Anyway, they are on a break. Harrison Ford and his wife are in Croatia. I saw pictures. There's an article. La la la. The kid Holbrook is in Kentucky. He's this kid named something Holbrook is in the movie. He's in Kentucky, and that's all I know. But they're on a break, so and it's a normal thing that big productions do go on occasionally. A lot of big actors do have multiple projects going on when they're doing a movie like this, and you know my feeling on this, and no one's brought this up, is that it's not necessarily that Harrison can't come back, because it don't look hurt to me. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. You can't ride a bicycle when your shoulder's a mess. I can tell you right now, when I messed up my shoulder, when that mare threw me years ago, it was a pretty deep bruise. This elbow popped out of its socket, and I just bumped it right back in, and got back up on her back and rode her back to the barn. She wasn't getting away with that. No, they can't. They're not allowed. If they put you on the ground and you don't get back up, then they know you're afraid, and they will mess with you every chance they get. They're just like dogs. Horses are as smart as dogs. But I wasn't allowed to ride for at least 3 months, and I was fine. Okay, so what I think is going on, they're keeping him off the set because they know if he's on the set, he'll want to be there doing everything. And I think that the insurance company that underwrote the production's like, no, he gets hurt again. And the studio's like, if he gets hurt again, we're pulling the production. And you know, It's just really interesting to me that no one brought that up. All right, no one brought up this idea that the insurance company would show up and say no. And talk to the doctor, and the doctor, saying, well, he did injure it. If he does any more stunts like that, he could aggravate it. He's fine. He's good to go. But there are some issues, and the insurance company saying we're not going to take that risk. We're not. Their job is to underwrite risk, basically. And if they see a big risk, they're not going to underwrite it. And Harrison Ford, I mean, if you talk to if you ever look up at the stuntmen that worked with him, Vic Armstrong said they couldn't keep him from doing a lot of the stuff they did not want him to do. So it's kind of obvious to me. I think that's what's going on. But now they're on a break. They're taking a hiatus, which I think is kind of interesting. I know it's normal, but kind of makes me go. And then we got the big earnings call for Disney, and I don't know where they're going to get the sunshine and unicorn farts to spread joy and happiness to the investors, because everybody who's got money invested is going to want to listen in. And everybody who's got money invested knows they're not getting any dividends. Disney hasn't paid dividends in a long, long time. They really haven't. And it's kind of sad. But with the COVID thing and them just not putting anything good out, you can say what you want about Bob Iger, but his tenure at Disney was debt and shitty output. All right? Debt and shitty output. And I'm going to throw the Star Wars sequel trilogy into that too. One of the things I discussed with the guy, his kids were sitting there playing with their toys. And hey, culture. Oh God, yeah. I mean, he'll try to say they haven't plateaued or whatever it did. I'm gonna want to listen in on that. So if somebody's got the number to call in, please go to my community page here, and I've got my email addresses. I got two. Go there, hit me up on one of them, because I want to get in on this. I want to hear what this guy says. I don't hate Bob Chapek. I don't. Okay, thanks, culture. I don't hate him, and the reason why is because I think when you come from a numbers area, you have a more realistic way of thinking. And the weatherman is so devoid of creativity and common sense. And you get a guy who's an accountant, a numbers guy, to come in and go, no, we can't do this. We are not paying for that. I think it actually is going to help in the long run for Disney to cut their budget, to cut what they're doing, and to get slimmed down again, and to bring back something that they've lost, that feeling of timelessness. I don't see anything timeless in Galaxy's Edge right now. If they do reskin it, and I do believe they will, to Mandalorian, then we'll have something. But that $6,000 to go on the cruiser, and when you read what you have to do, and if you've got 2 or more kids, you won't be able to do it. Okay, great, thanks. Okay, all right. Then I don't know. A lot of people are taking it as some sort of class warfare, but I kind of look at it as Disney thinks they're doing a favor for people, giving them an immersive experience. And from what I've seen of the cabins on this hotel, it's bullshit. I mean, and then there's a rumor going around that the only characters that will show up are Kyle, Ron, and Ray. And I ask you a question: how many sequel trilogy fans can afford $6,000 to stay two nights, two, not three, 2 nights? Can afford $6,000. They can't because they don't buy anything. They don't go to the movies over and over again. They don't even read the books. They don't buy the books. They just, I mean, I gotta tell you something. This generation's a really weird generation. They say they're fans, but they don't do what fans do. Make any sense? And who's the people who can, me, you, aren't gonna want to have dinner and have Daddy Butcher show up. I kick him in the balls. You know, I would. I mean, you know, I mean, I don't want to see him. I want to see her. BB-8 comes rolling around, I'll punt him. I mean, everything they've done is stupid. It's not creative and it's not Star Wars. Okay? And I think Jon Favreau knows that. Kojak, what are you doing? They should just have it be Rebels and Imperials. Oh, thank you. It's actually a woman's shirt. I got it at Target for $6. Thank you, Culture. Thank you. Um, you know, I got it for like $6 this morning. I'm gonna go soon, but I'll just update what's going on. First off, I had to wake up real early because I had an MRI at 8:45. Hey, Krypton. And so I stopped at Target and bought 2 shirts about this and another one. This is going to be a workout shirt because I'm going to go down and do 50 minutes on the elliptical and lift weights. And then, I came home. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to go across the river and go to Williams-Sonoma. I haven't been to a Williams-Sonoma in years, and that is my Jesus God store. Okay, I just, angels sing when you walk through the door. I love that place. So I'm gonna go there, probably stop off at Hobby Lobby and skulk around, and maybe, I'll leave you guys with this. Hallmark has another storyteller's Star Wars thing, and it is cool. It is a Death Star that's like that big, so I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I'm getting it. And it comes with Luke and Obi-Wan. And R2 and C-3PO will come later. And I think next year they'll probably add Leia and Han and probably Vader. Okay. And it plays music from the movie. And I think lines. I've already got the one storytellers with the ships, which I thought was just fabulous. But this is really cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And Rudy's like, we saw it there. I listened to it for a little bit because you can press it. And my husband's like, we're going to get that, aren't we? I go, yeah, eventually. He's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I got to have it. I got to. Anyway, I got to go because Midnight's Edge is coming up and I think everybody will be there. But I just kind of wanted to say hi and kind of get you guys up to date with Indy 5 stuff. All I had was that they're on break right now. And, some of the stuff I heard from that seller of Hasbro, which I think is bullshit. I think it's fucking bullshit. They can't sell this stuff. Anyway, and we'll see. Disney earnings call. See you guys around the galaxy, and I'm going over to